Hello and welcome to Novi, Michigan. Bernie Holowicki Court at Robert Santello Gymnasium here at Detroit Catholic Central for a stingy Catholic League Central Division battle between the visiting University of Detroit Jesuit Cubs and the Detroit Catholic Central Shamrocks. I'm Josh Rothert alongside partner Lucas Draith. Catholic Central enters having finally righted the ship and has their first streak of back-to-back wins on the season, winning against Ecorse and River Rouge. On the other side, U of D enters having finally suffered that dreaded first loss of the year in a game that was an instant classic for many reasons. An interesting story is St. Mary's actually had to postpone the game midway through the fourth due to slippery floor conditions. St. Mary's still grabbed the win the following morning in double overtime, courtesy of Trey McKinney's 37 points. There's some big names on the court tonight on both sides, starting with U of D and their prolific shot creator in Sonny Wilson.
Reigning Gatorade Mr. Basketball Player of the Year All-Stater and a chance to score 30 points on any given night. It will be a challenge for CC to contain Sonny tonight.
And on the other end, a pair of names notable enough to mention. TJ Nadeau enters his junior season in the CHSL. Fantastic sharpshooter from the outside, but the new point guard, he's pretty good.
Yeah, Uchenna Amin has really exceeded expectations at point guard this year, especially after they lost Chaz Lulis. He might even be better. He leads the team averaging 19.3 points per game. He is an excellent rebounder, can distribute and facilitate. His debut in a Shamrocks uniform saw him come up just behind the half-century mark. He had 49 in the season opener.
All right, we're going to save the team comparison for a little bit later as we are just about ready for tip-off. Josh Ross matched up against Xavier Banks. About ready for tip-off here at the Burn. And Banks wins the tip to Sonny Wilson of U of D. On the outside, that's Xavier Johnson. Xavier Banks at the top. And Sonny Wilson. Great Catholic League matchup tonight. The opener for Catholic Central as they've played 8 non-division games, only 1 here at home. Short shot by Leroy Blyden's good to open this one. U of D draws first blood, and now we'll get to see the Shamrocks offense.
You can tell how much attention Sonny just attracts when he has the ball up top.
Ross from the mid-range, that's good from the top of the key. The senior leader.
You don't see him take a lot of those shots. He's more of a power rebounder inside the middle. That one was right down the middle.
Coach Sanawi describes as the heart and soul of this team. As Banks takes him one-on-one, Ross gets the rejection down low. Nadeau on the fast break, and he overthrows Amin. A little bit too antsy off the get-go there from TJ Nadeau, still nursing that left shoulder injury that caused him to miss the first 6 games of the season.
Yeah, and when he came back, he was immediately a contributor as their leading scorer in that game against Ann Arbor Huron.
Sonny Wilson drives into the paint, gets rejected at first. Tough shot, can't get it to fall. And instead it's DJ Lee, puts a nice move on and goes up off the glass for 2. Good contest by Blyden, but Lee's able to get his first points of the night.
Just a great play there by Lee to steal the ball away and then go all the way down the rim, avoid the contact, and make the basket.
You're going to see a lot of U of D trying to feed Sonny Wilson tonight. He takes up to half of their shots on a given night. Like Lucas said in the pregame, definitely a guy you can look for to score 20, 30 points a night. Toledo basketball commit. This time he feeds the corner for 3. Is Leonard McCoy too long? And once again, setting up the fast break. That's down to Sam Howard this time. Amin steps into a 3. Knocks it down from the outside. Uchenna Amin.
Great start for the Shamrocks here. Not allowing Sonny Wilson to get into his groove right away and putting 7 quick points on the board.
And the offense has been really the cause for concern as they've struggled. Remember that North Farmington game, as there's Xavier Johnson getting his own miss, throwing to the corner. There's Blyden, sets for a 3. He got it from the corner. Answers Amin's 3 with a 3 of his own. The U of D brings the deficit now down to 7-5.
You were mentioning that North Farmington game. CC just couldn't get to a groove in there and just really was embarrassed by that North Farmington team. I mean, they lost by almost 40 points. They're trying to figure out what team they are. Great start tonight.
Amin pushing off Sonny Wilson. What a tough shot for Uchenna Amin. Puts it right over Wilson's head.
Looked like he got blocked right away. Was able to gather it in midair and put it back up.
I mean, he's been just such a fun player to watch. There he is going on the defensive end, getting the steal on Wilson here, taking it to the rack, pushing off, going up and in. And we're going to have an offensive foul. Amini pushed off.
I don't know about the foul right there, but so far you can tell Uchenna has really brought the energy. He knows it's going to be a really tough matchup guarding Sonny Wilson early on.
And that was the question we asked players during the week, is how are they going to address the problem of Sonny Wilson? And most of them said it's going to be DJ Lee who's on him right now, but it's really been a combination of multiple defenders so far, so really anything they can do to get in Wilson's way. Blyden sets from the corner again, hits the side of the backboard, but grabs his own miss. U of D hitting the offensive rebounds early. McCoy from deep, he can't hit. Xavier Johnson had it knocked out of bounds, but the possession stays with the Cubs. Here with 4:37 to play in the first quarter, the Shamrocks still lead 9-5.
Yeah, UD put up 2 shots, and the Shamrocks really need to box out and get the rebound. You can't be allowing that many shots, especially to a team as talented as this Cub team.
And Johnson, some butterfingers trying to obtain the ball down the sideline. Another turnover. We've seen 4 turnovers now early going for U of D. Amin brings the ball up the court. Waits for his high screener. Nadeau going in, tough finish, can't get it, but he does draw the foul on McCoy, and he'll go to the line for the first free throws of the night.
He's played such a big role with this team, even since his freshman year. He's been a great shooter, but he's just worked on improving his game in every facet. He's looked like a more complete player than he was last year since he's come back from that injury.
There was a lot of uncertainty around this team, losing multiple senior contributors, Brady Hewart, Cam Mays, Cooper Craggs. Then you throw in the loss of Lewis, transferred to Detroit King. You just didn't know what this team was going to be like, but they've come through a lot of adversity so far in a very tough non-conference schedule. Wilson can't get the shot to fall there. Nadeau, after splitting the pair of free throws. There's Sam Howard driving in the lane. Reverse lay, can't get it to go. Nifty try there down low, and now U of D on the fast break. Wilson draws the defense, kicks. Blyden trying another one from the corner. That one's short. Rebound goes to Nadeau.
I think we can tell where Blyden's favorite spot is to shoot. He's taking 3 from the corner.
Absolute green light right now. Amin driving down the lane, rejected by Xavier Johnson. Up on the fast break, and Banks is going to get up for the slam. And head coach Pat Donnelly of the Cubs is going to take his first time out of the game. And that will give us a second to look at tonight's team comparison. You know, a chance to look at how these two teams fare in terms of stats on the young season. U of D comes in strong at 7-1, Catholic Central at 5-3. Both teams are in the hunt tonight for their first Catholic League win.
And at the bottom of the graphic, CC is undefeated when they score at least 60 points. It's the opposite when they can't hit that mark. 2 solid defenses going at it, should be a good one.
Both teams roll with the same 5 out of the timeout. Interesting to see how deep Coach Sanawi gets with his bench. You can see anywhere from 6 to 10 players play on any given night. Nadeau free off the screen. Nice move. Off the glass and in. TJ Nadeau, what a spectacular play there. Extend the Shamrock lead.
Yeah, he drew the defender with that initial pump fake as he pokes it away there. Banks retains it.
The Cubs being a little bit careless with the ball in the early going. Wilson going to drive down, get stopped by Lee, and they have to reverse it back out to the top. McCoy waits for the play to develop. U of D really trying to get into the interior, and finally Banks finds an opening and gets a foul call. Down low, they're going to call this one on DJ Lee Jr. First foul of the game. Banks missing the first free throw. Banks, arguably the second best player on this team in terms of scoring, rebounding, overall output.
Just been really good in complimenting Sonny Wilson, that big physical player.
And he splits his pair. CC leading 12-8. They get DJ Lee's younger brother, Derek, to check in off the bench. Devin to check in off the bench. And another block. Xavier Johnson now with 2 rejections at the rim. Banks going the other way, driving down the lane, up with the right and in. And Banks has 3 straight points for the Cubs. Off-ball foul here. Leroy Blyden getting a little too physical, trying to contain Uchenna. Uchenna recruited by teammate TJ Nadeau from Southfield Christian Academy. Blyden giving Uchenna some trouble at the top. Feeds into the paint, stolen by Blyden. Here come the Cubs the other way, 3-on-2. Wilson going up, and he walked. But we have a jump ball instead. Catholic Central will get possession of the ball.
It's also 12 to 10.
Another foul here. Blyden getting himself into some foul trouble. So he will head to the bench. Checking in for the Cubs, Ryan Hatcher. And now he's tasked with guarding Uchenna Amin. DJ Lee into the paint. Good on-ball defense by Banks. The Cubs have forced 3 straight misses from the Shamrocks. Still no scoring for reigning Gatorade Player of the Year, Sonny Wilson. And the miss there from Xavier Johnson.
He's trying not to jinx it there. Sonny Wilson's known to score in spurts.
Nadeau, deep 3, off the mark. And Ross can't corral it down low. It'll go over to the Cubs. 12-10 lead here for Catholic Central. 1:17 to play in the first. Wilson trying to get the shake and bake. Post fade, so smooth to tie the game at 12. Trying to free Nadeau open. Nadeau spin move, goes to the rack. Nice easy finish for TJ Nadeau off the glass. That gives him 5 points on the night. McCoy with the feed in the paint. Banks can't get it to go. Nadeau also rebounding and running the floor well until he throws it away. Oh, what a block! Josh Ross with the chase down. Rejected from Xavier Banks, and we are going back and forth. DJ Lee.
Looks like it could have been a travel or a foul. They called the foul first.
Leonard McCoy called for the foul. Checking in for the Cubs, Linus Goman.
Josh McKee in for Catholic Central.
Throws it out of the backcourt. 22 seconds. Looks like Catholic Central wants to hold for the last shot. Nadeau slipping on the floor, and Coach Sanawi going to try and draw up a play here. He'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll head to a quick break. 14-12, Shamrocks lead. Back for the final 11 seconds. Looking to get the ball into TJ Nadeau or Uchenna Amin's hands. Amin driving. Kicks out to Devin Lee. Nadeau contested three off the mark. Lee tries to go in strong for the rebound. Banks will hold it. And at the end of the first quarter, Catholic Central, they're going to have to play upset tonight. U of D comes in ranked number 7th in the state, Catholic Central 23rd. And we'll go to a quick commercial break, 14-12 here at the end of the first quarter. Nearly back for the second quarter of action. Leading scorers in the first quarter, TJ Nadeau, Uchenna Amin, and Xavier Banks, all tied for the game high with 5 points. Josh Rude checks in to start the second. U of D will go with the same 5 they had with Goman, Hatcher, Wilson, Xavier Johnson, and Xavier Banks.
And Banks, as you mentioned, he's the leading scorer for the Cubs right now. What he's been able to do is provide a consistent scoring output, especially on nights where Sonny isn't knocking down all his shots or not being able to get it going. His teams are going to focus on him, but Xavier Banks is a physical presence in the middle, and he's going to get you 10 to 15 points a night.
Both teams have been a little bit careless with the ball. 5 turnovers on each side. Ross at the top of the key. Has it taken away by Banks. 2-on-1. Feed to Xavier Johnson, and the combination of Ross and Rude there at the top. I'll call the foul on Josh Rude. 2 free throws coming for Xavier Johnson. He's done a lot of work on the defensive end. Already 2 rejections for him.
Nice job poking it away from Ross right there.
Two for the sophomore guard out of Southfield, Michigan. Johnson drills the first. Second on the way. It's good. Tie game at 14, 7:35 to play in the second quarter. Nadeau getting into the lane, and he's going to get called for the travel. Trying to do a spin move through Xavier Johnson. Xavier Johnson's really held strong defensively tonight so far.
Took an extra step there, but I mean, the Shamrocks really struggled the last few possessions on offense. Haven't been able to get it going much.
Rude forces the missed shot from Wilson, and now the Shamrocks will come the other way on the fast break. Amini driving his shoulder in. No foul called there. A little bit of contact into the paint. Catholic Central retains possession under the basket. Aaron pass, Nadeau able to corral it down the sideline, behind the back pass, feed underneath Uchenna, can't finish the lay. Some nice ball movement there, and now Wilson will head the other way. Gauman feeds it in the paint. Foul down low. Josh Ross has got to be careful. That is his first foul. They gave the last one to Rude, I guess.
Both these bigs, Banks and Ross, are really playing physical underneath. It's probably going to be an issue for both of them going down the wire here.
Sonny's so good. We've seen him working the post early on with the fadeaways.
It's his favorite shot.
TJ feeding Rude in the corner. Trying to driving in, can't get it. Ross on the offensive rebound, staying with it, but ultimately giving it away. Here comes Sonny the other way. driving in the paint and finishing with the floater. That's 6 straight Jesuit points. 4 of those going to Sonny Wilson. And Uchenna Amin answers right back.
And shown right there why he's the Shamrocks' leading scorer. Just explosive with that first step off the dribble.
Trying to create the switch with a high pick and roll. Hatcher drives in, feeds it. Nice feed. Xavier Banks on the finish. 7 points for him. Shamrocks trail 20-16, 5:40 to play in the second quarter. Amini, tough shot, can't get the roll. Ross trying to work hard down low, but here come the Cubs on the 2-on-1, giving it up for Banks, who left it off the rim.
Great defense there by Nadu. He had the 2-on-1 and he guarded both guys.
More fast break. Ross misses but gets his own miss and puts it right back in. Josh Ross now with 4 points on the night.
Really doing a nice job rebounding so far, especially on the offensive side.
Well, he's going to outwork just about everyone you put down there. Wilson driving into the lane, getting the foul call. Rude, who has started the second quarter guarding Sonny Wilson. You've seen both him and DJ Lee matched up. Rude getting himself into a little bit of foul trouble. Wilson missing the first. Cubs will get 2 subs. Kamdiri Nwamba and Terrence Reed both checking in for the Cubs. And Devin checks out for his older brother Derek for the Shamrocks. Wilson hits the second end. Sam Howard also checking in. 21-18 Cubs, 5:05. Derek Lee drives in, mid-range shot is long. Josh Ross, another offensive rebound. Putback is good. Ross continues to work hard down low.
He's got to have at least 5 offensive rebounds.
Well, they're going to want to keep going to Ross with Xavier Banks checking out for some water.
Shamrock switched to a little bit of a 2-3 here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. High 2-3 zone. They're pressuring the ball. Goldman, corner 3. That's off, but he grabs his own miss and flies in for the left-handed lay-in. Nadu isolated on the left side of the court. Fadeaway 2 from the baseline, no good. Wilson controls the rebound, and Pat Donnelly is going to get another timeout here with 4:09 to play in the second quarter. Catholic Central in a little bit of a hole here. U of D leads 23-20. So it's the Cubs with 4 halfway through the second quarter. Sonny Wilson showing signs of life here, getting 5 points for the Cubs in the second quarter. And I mean, you just see how the defense just surrounds Sonny when he gets the ball. Xavier driving into the paint, and he walked.
We were talking about the defense of both these teams. Very low-scoring game right now, 23-20 UAD. You mentioned Catholic Central has won every game they've hit that 60-point mark and lost everyone they haven't. So that's going to be the target for them tonight. Hold UAD under that mark. Try to get there themselves.
And checking in for the Shamrocks at the break, Asher Swardini. He's playing double time as he helped the JV team earlier. Amini, step back three, off the mark. Derek Lee down to out-rebound Sonny Wilson, and they're going to call a jump ball here. Possession stays with Catholic Central. Bad pass taken away, Linus Goman. 3-on-1, Sonny driving in and one. So explosive, and he's shown his ability to make tough shots. Taking nothing around the perimeter yet, but just creating whatever he wants down low. Sam Howard will check right back out. TJ Nadeau back in for the Shamrocks. Wilson to convert the three-point play. And misses again. He's just 1 for 3 from the line tonight. Uchenna drawing a defender, going in with the left hand and getting fouled. Foul called on Terrence Reed. 2 free throws coming Uchenna's way.
And he's a 75% free throw shooter on the year.
Knocks down the first. Mean on the second, also good. Up to 9 points on the night, which he's a double-digit scorer almost every game this season for the Shamrocks.
He's really making his presence known with that 49-point performance in the opener.
That's how you start a career. That's how you debut for your new team. Hatcher on the wing. Catholic Central staying with this trap zone. Swardini and Amin, the guards. There's Xavier Johnson from 3. And an offensive rebound there should not have happened. Hatcher went up on the ball fake, and U of D will reset. Trying to free up Sonny. Johnson driving into the lane. Another foul called, and with U of D in the bonus, we're going to see free throws here for the first time tonight.
Two fouls for Ross here in the first half. Definitely not what you want.
Looks like they're going to give him a break. Josh McKee will come in.
He's definitely been starting to play more and more as the year goes on. Got a lot of minutes in against Ann Arbor Huron.
Johnson hits the front end of the 1-and-1. He's converted all 3 free throws so far tonight. Second free throw, Johnson on the way. It's good. U of D extends their lead. They lead by 5, 27-22, 2:12 to play in the first half. Nadeau down low, leaving it short once again. And coming the other way, the Cubs really utilizing the fast break. Johnson feeding, corner, ball fake, Nwamba down low, kick out, Johnson corner 3, short. U of D really been trying to pump the 3-point shot, but only 1 conversion tonight. They are 1 for 9 from 3. Amin driving in, gets fouled by Xavier Johnson. That's the guy they want to put in foul trouble. He's been causing all sorts of problems for the Shamrocks tonight. He picks up his first foul. Catholic Central will have free throws on the next team foul.
Really got to look to close this gap before the half. You don't want to be going. You don't want to be going into the locker room down.
Nadeau, step back 3, in and out. And now Hatcher at the other end. 3-point is good from Hatcher. Second made three of the night for the Cubs. Derek Lee going the other way. Gets it stripped from him. U of D trying to extend the lead on the fast break instead. Uchenna Amini.
His second as well.
Uchenna will get his first break of the night. Free throws coming for Ryan Hatcher. Hatcher can't convert, but Josh McKee. Oh,
Looked like it was off McKee's hands. It'll be Shamrock ball.
Uchenna right back in after the miss.
Shamrock's going with the smaller lineup right now. And then play Lee at the 5.
Oh, no foul call there. Amin trying to take Hatcher. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call there.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Uchenna will get to go to the line. Can't convert. U of D with under a minute to play here in the first half. Sonny driving and kicking out. Johnson goes down the baseline. Tough finish over top of Nadu, and U of D has their largest lead of the night, up to a double-digit lead. 32-22, the Shamrocks trail.
That's exactly what didn't want to happen right before the half. We played a really good first about 12 minutes to this game. The last 4 have really just been owned by the Cubs.
9-2 scoring run for U of D. Nadu trying to get separation from Sonny Wilson. And it looks like the Shamrocks holding for the last shot. Coach Denawi looks on, shaking his head. Howard, they've been trying to free him up. Bad pass taken away. Xavier Johnson lays it in with the left. Nadu, half-court shot off the rim. Would have maybe provided a spark. But U of D closes the half on an 11-2 run. And that's really the difference here. Catholic Central has some stuff to clean up before the second half. Leading scorer for the Shamrocks, Uchenna Amin, put up 9 points.
Quiz Bowl is an intense academic competition.
Sonny Wilson also notably with 9 points. And we will check back in about 10 minutes for second half action. You're listening to Detroit Catholic Central Basketball on the Shamrock Media Network. I'm Josh Rothert alongside Lucas Straish.
Quiz Bowl is an intense academic competition that's just as rigorous as any sporting activity.
Pennsylvania. Woman. Cyprus.
Speed and accuracy is the name of the game.
Our program is founded on discipline and hard work.
You have to love to learn to be good at Quiz Bowl.
Bridget Jones.
You have to want to succeed.
Quiz Bowl is a variety of questions ranging from literature, art, history, fine art, science.
Michael Wood.
It's a question and answer competition between teams of 4 students on each side. COVID-19 has made us have to go online fully this year for all the tournaments.
And there's a lot of pressure. When you're competing at the highest level, everybody wants to win.
Drew.
Toronto. You've got to keep that same intensity that you have in the first round and take it all the way to the end of the day.
You have to have a driving, competitive spirit, and you have to be willing to put in the time. It teaches you teamwork, it teaches you independence, believing in yourself, and self-confidence.
This really shows how strong the school is, not just athletically, but academically. This is a serious competition that people will compete with from all across the U.S.
You'll have have football players asking how the Quiz Bowl kids are doing, kids saying good luck. It's a very unique environment. We're one of the few schools I know of that have academic team accolades in the gymnasium next to sporting accolades, which is phenomenal.
I don't think words can explain how proud I am of the team and just the program in general.
These guys are studying hours upon hours a day to be the best.
I'm Bobby Dorigo Jones. I was a Detroit Catholic Central Quiz Bowler from 2008 to 2012. It's helped me incredibly in my pursuit of goodness, discipline, and knowledge. It really has. Playing Quiz Bowl opened up doors for college scholarships, personal relationships, and job opportunities that have all helped me, strive to achieve goodness in my life.
My name is Jack Watts, and I was on the CC Quiz Bowl team from 2011 to 2015. I went to U of M. I graduated in spring of 2019 with a bachelor's in aerospace engineering, and now I am an electrical design engineer with a Boeing Space, working on the Space Launch System. Quiz Bowl gave me a really great depth and breadth of knowledge in a lot of different areas. It gives you a lot of pride to be able to say you're part of a program that has shown such exceptional performance and dominance, really.
Where I stand, I can feel the power coming off of the band. When we finish a performance, the feeling is incredible, and there's nothing like that.
Can I hear the school song, please?
My name is Greg Normandin. I'm the band and orchestra director. This is my 40th year. Music became an official part of the curriculum in 1950. We currently have a concert band, which is a freshman group, symphony band for upperclassmen, a string orchestra, and a jazz band. And then in the fall, the marching band. At CC, the marching band helps to drive the spirit. Our tradition is we march at all the home football games, rain or shine. We've been to London, Paris, Rome, Madrid, and Hawaii. The main goal is to produce students who are critical thinkers, who are disciplined, who are driven, and who are going to go out into the world and succeed.
Nice job. Nice job.
My name's Jack Kirkwood, and I'm a senior here. I play in the clarinet family, but I mostly play the bass clarinet. And I'm also the band president and drum major. You have to be determined to practice, and patience is probably the biggest thing. And the thing I love the most is just playing with my friends and just having a good time, creating something out of nothing into just a full sound. It's the best part.
We rehearse every day during class. It takes a lot of self-discipline and drive.
There's work and there's play. Band is a great mix of both. It's a lot of fun to play, to work together, but you gotta put in effort and try, and as a result, you get some great music.
My name is Logan Bonathan, and I graduated in 2007. I played French horn in the band as well as trumpet and piano in the jazz bands. Today, I am a middle school band director in the Round Rock Independent School District just outside of Austin, Texas. CC band was very, very important to me. I went to CC because of the band.
I credit a lot of my teaching and success in this profession to the values I learned at Catholic Central. At Catholic Central, I think Greg does a great job of showing how music can just enhance your life and make you a more well-rounded person.
My name's Heather Vinksness, and I'm the first robotics coach here at Catholic Central High School. At Robotics, the kids learn how to take a huge problem and break it down into small parts. They learn, obviously, technical skills.
We build a large robot, and this robot competes in a live match against 3 other robots. The Catholic Central Robotics team is the CC Shambots.
From Novi, Michigan, it's the CC Shambots.
We're actually one of 11 teams in Michigan to have qualified for every state championship, and we have won 5 tournaments, which is really cool. We started in our mentor Joe Lemieux's garage. They realized that we needed more space, so we rented this amazing warehouse.
This is off campus, but I think it helps because we get this extra space.
It would mean so much to have a space on campus, to have a place where we belong, to bring people into the legacy of science and technology and math and robotics would just be so incredible.
We're very proud and excited to announce our latest development as CC. It'll be a new STEM wing. This new development, this STEM wing, will give us more opportunities to enrich the learning experience of our students.
It's going to house 8 different labs. We're going to have an observatory. We're going to have a dedicated greenhouse. We're going to have a robotics space and a maker space. We need to upgrade, and this is the perfect way to upgrade for us.
If there's an opportunity to do something better, we have a responsibility as educators to do that for our students.
This space will be something that we'll be able to utilize for the next 50, 60 years with whatever new technology or whatever comes down the road. This is a difference maker. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make a difference in every student that comes to Catholic Central, and I couldn't be more excited not only for our current students, but especially for our future students.
Quiz Bowl is an intense academic competition that's just as rigorous as any sporting activity.
Pennsylvania.
Woman. Cyprus.
Speed and accuracy is the name of the game.
Our program is founded on discipline and hard work.
High school second half action coming right your way in 40 seconds here before the start of the second half. Catholic Central needing to make a lot of defensive changes here as they've been unable to stop the fast break, the transition game for U of D, and they've been careless with the ball on offense. But there's still some hope here. Catholic Central had a very strong first quarter, which they won, and they just got a little bit lackadaisical in the second quarter, only putting up 8 points in 8 minutes.
And they, pretty much all those 8 points were in this first 4 minutes of the quarter. It's just their defense kind of got a little lax, and then on offense, they just weren't able to get any dribble penetration, any real shots up. Going to look to improve here as we move on to the third quarter.
Yeah, a good thing they did do was in the first quarter, which they actually had a lead at the end of, was limiting Sonny Wilson, limiting the times he had the ball, limiting the times he distributed the ball, limiting the times he got into the lane, and I think a lot of credit is due to Derek Lee in the first quarter, who was the primary defender, and he's out there to start the second half. It is the starting 5. Catholic Central, U of D will start with possession of the ball in the second half. 16 more minutes of Catholic League action for the Cubs. Their starting 5, Xavier Johnson, Xavier Banks, Leroy Blyden, Leonard McCoy, and Sonny Wilson, who's guarded by Amin. Blyden feeding Banks into the paint. The double team comes. Banks able to move right around, and the tip in, that'll go to Sonny Wilson. U of D up to a 14-point lead. Nadu getting into the lane, and he traveled, falling into the first row of the student section. Turnovers have just killed Catholic Central's offense.
They just haven't been able to get a rhythm going.
Maybe, I mean, this is Amin from behind.
Late foul call there.
Really?
And that's his third foul.
And U of D from the outside, 2 for 10 from 3. Catholic Central with half the attempts and half the makes. They're just 1 of 5. But it might be time for them to start creating shots on the outside with 3 fantastic shooters out there right now with Nadu, Howard, and Amin. U of D has just continued to expand this lead, though. They lead 37-22, 38-22. Banks converts both of the free throws.
To your point, the Shamrocks just really haven't been able to get any open shots on the perimeter. And are down 16 this quickly, it's got to be something you're looking at.
This game was 23-20 before a timeout in the second quarter. Amin, bad roll. Goes off Amin. Well, this game was 23-20 at one point, and U of D continuing that tremendous run they had to end the first half. They've scored 15 of the last 17.
Just been a combination of poor offense and poor defense for the Shamrocks.
The Shamrocks go with a full court press here. Howard able to force the turnover off of Johnson's hands. Now, really where you got to have good possessions. Got to make sure you're getting a good shot every possession, not giving the ball away. Nadu looks for Howard off the feed. Nearly has it stripped by McCoy. Nadu will take it in the paint. Kicks off. There's Lee. Ross on the offensive rebound. Third chance. Still no points. And Xavier Johnson the other way, feeding to Sonny Wilson, who misses a bunny. That's a rare miss from Wilson.
Yeah.
Shamrocks can't catch a break. Instead, they send Xavier Banks right back to the line.
And on the other side of the ball, I mean, the Shamrocks forced the turnover on the press. They just couldn't.
You get 3 shots.
Couldn't convert the layups.
Banks misses the first. The game high scorer, Xavier Banks with 11 tonight. Second one off the rim and in. Nadu bringing the ball up the court for most of this game. Nadu driving into the lane. Gets a foul call here. Called the foul on the floor.
Don't know about that one. Looked like he was going for the shot. That'll be 3 on Blyden, though. He'll sub out for Ryan Hatcher.
Amin, the inbounder. Nadu trying to get free. Ross takes it into his own hands, up and under, and the finish. And Catholic Central has their first field goal in nearly 8 minutes of game action.
Just got to slow this UAD run down.
Blyden up at the top. Wilson penetrating, bounces off Lee. Howard comes down with the rebound. They finally stop that U of D run. They force a missed shot. Uchenna driving in, has it stripped by Sonny. Sonny goes down, and we have a foul called on Josh Ross.
It's his third. A couple of the starters for the Shamrock getting into foul trouble here early in the third quarter.
That just looks like a physical play on the ball. Swardini checks into the game, and they're going to go small here. Move Derek Lee to the 5. He just stands only 6'4". Wilson lost it, taken away by Derek Lee. Going the other way, Lee laying good with the left hand. That's 4 straight for the Shamrocks. They'll take the small ones when they can get them.
And try to get some momentum going. It's going to start by playing physical defense.
Kick out. There's Xavier Johnson from the corner. Splash from the corner, Xavier Johnson. He's got 13 on the night.
It's another thing. For the most part, UAD's been going on this run without shooting the ball. They've hit a couple threes, but it's been mostly their their driving, their physical play, the second chance points.
Amin gets the bucket and the foul. Much needed bucket there to get the crowd charged up. With a chance to convert three-point play, the 75% free throw shooter on the year is now 75% in the game. He's 3 for 4 from the line. 12 points on the night for Uchenna. Sonny crosses Derek Lee, but the three is off the mark. Man, Sonny's been off from outside tonight. Uchenna feeding Nadu from the corner three. That's good. TJ Nadu brings the lead back down to 10, and this is exactly what the Shamrocks needed. Thanks, waiting. Howard got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. And the momentum has quickly shifted once again. I mean, you had Wilson cross Lee up. And then the takeaway and the three-pointer from Nadu, and now Catholic Central is antsy on the defensive side. Ryan Hatcher checking back in for Leroy Blyden. Wilson gets the trap in the corner, and he's going to get called for the travel here.
He's struggling tonight.
He really is. He hasn't really been comfortable. He's hit a couple shots down low, but not his best night. Amin squares up Xavier Banks. Drives into the paint. Amin with the right hand, and he is so nifty down low. 8 straight Shamrock points. Hatcher tries to answer from the corner, and he does. Can't leave Hatcher open. He hits his second three of the night.
That's when it looked like Catholic Central was starting to make a run. Big three there from Hatcher. Try to slow the momentum.
Derek Lee down the lane, and the foul.
Hatcher's called for it. His second.
One thing Catholic Central has really done a nice job of is the answering back. U of D's put a couple of big shots in so far in the second half. Catholic Central is staying around in this game. They're not going away without a fight. Trying to free Hatcher up again in the corner. They'll reset the offense. Catholic Central, who scored just 8 points in the second quarter, is up to 15. Careless pass. Somehow Banks gets a hold of it and is able to go up strong for 2. Amin driving in. Has it taken away by McCoy. Bounce pass down to Sonny. Kick out. Johnson drives in. Tough finish, but he gets his own miss in the putback. Now Catholic Central will control the tempo. They're going to slow it down here. Nadu in the paint. Fader can't go. Xavier Banks working hard down low. He's got to be up to almost 10 rebounds tonight. Gets the feed. What a pass from Sonny Wilson. Crisp right to the chest, and U of D has extended this lead all the way back out to 14.
And that's where both teams have really been scoring all their points is in the paint. They haven't been great shooting outside. Except U of D has hit a couple momentum shifters from beyond the arc in the second
driving
half.
in. Howard, once again, some contact, but he forces the miss at the end. The ball goes out of bounds, and Catholic Central will get the ball at the end of this timeout. Seen a lot of scoring here in this third quarter, a lot of energy. Don't go anywhere. Catholic Central still trailing the Cubs 51-37. Amin to inbound out of the timeout, and we have an off-ball foul. Leonard McCoy called for his third foul.
A lot of guys in foul trouble already.
It's been a physical game.
Blyden and McCoy for UD, and Ross and Amin for the Shamrocks.
Howard drives in, gets rejected at the rim. And this one will go to the Cubs.
It's like a clean block out of bounds, unless it hit off the arm of Howard as he was going to the ground.
Wilson penetrating into the lane, off the glass and in. Wilson now has double digits. He's got 11 on the night. Nadeau thought about the triple. And just trying to generate some scoring opportunities. Amin has it taken by Linus Goman. Tip pass up to Sonny. Sonny acrobatic. Can't get the finish, but he will get the foul. Howard called for the foul there. Sonny back to the line where he is 1 for 3 tonight.
Can't let him get hot though. He likes to score in bunches. Against St. Mary's, it looked like the Eaglets were pulling away in the third quarter, and he quickly hit 3 threes to take the lead. They would end up losing that game after the delay.
The postponement, I mean, you had to come back the next morning and try and finish a tight game. They took it to double overtime. Good to see Trey McKenney here in a few weeks. To see Curtis Williams, Jonathan Blackwell on Thursday night. A lot of big names in the Catholic League this year. Almost competitive as it's ever been. All 5 teams currently ranked in the top 25. And you had De La Salle knock off #1 Brother Rice last week in a game that only had 68 total points.
Thing with the Catholic leagues, I think any team in here could run the table and win every game, and any team could just lose every game.
I mean, you could be a top 25 team and go 1-7, or you could go 7-1. You could go 8-0. So competitive. Anyone can win on any night. There's Devin. Giving it up to Nadeau. Drives in the lane, lowers the shoulder, and powers off 2 feet for the finish. Trying to keep Catholic Central around. Last minute here of the third quarter. U of D leading 55-39. Sonny puts a spin cycle on Derek Lee, but can't get the finish. And once again, as the story's been all night, until Ross comes in with the rejection, but it's more chances for the Cubs. And Xavier Banks has had all of his points come within 3 feet of the basket. He's doing a tremendous job down low. Wilson takes it away. And once again, another miss on the lay-in for Wilson. Nadeau free in the corner for 3. That's good. TJ Nadeau hits his second three-pointer of the game. Catholic Central now 3 for 7 from beyond the arc. 6 of those threes coming from Nadeau. Wilson into the paint, gets the bucket. And Wilson's bucket will end the third quarter on a high note for the Cubs as they put up 23 in the third quarter, and they have a comfortable lead as we enter the fourth. Sonny Wilson and the Cubs lead it 59-42. Back for fourth quarter action. Detroit Catholic Central. They have to really pick the pace up here if they want to get back in this game. Derek Lee trying to create a shot. Also play, but it's Nwamba who comes away with it, and Xavier Banks. What an impact he has made tonight down low.
You mentioned earlier, in games when Sonny just isn't hitting his shots, Xavier Banks is just a persistent and consistent threat underneath the basket, both on the glass and putting the ball in the basket.
Banks with 20 points tonight. He leads all game scorers. Uchenna missed a three. Josh Ross with an easy putback. Try to feed Nwamba in the post. Kick out. Banks will try a three ball. That's off the mark. Howard comes away with the rebound. Feeding it to Ross in the corner. Ross drives in, goes up with the right. Too strong. And we have a jump ball underneath the basket. And the Cubs will gain possession here. Trying to set a backcourt trap here. They might have Cubs pinned, but Wilson escapes. Somehow escapes through all five Shamrocks defenders, weaving his way to the basket for the finish is Sonny Wilson. And now Nadu the other end. Kick out. Amin is going to take the three. Contested. And he can't get it to fall. And U of D once again, one step ahead on the outlet passes. Ryan Hatcher.
Ever since about that 3-minute mark in the second half, this has just been U of D's game. Aside from that 15-7 Shamrock run during the middle of the third quarter, just U of D has just pushed the pace. Just been the more physical team on both ends of the floor.
And right now you got a 23-7 run for U of D. This game was, 22-7 run. You had 43-37 before the U of D timeout in the third quarter, and Devin Lee gets that one to fall. Nadu will check out. Lee gets the second to fall as well. Still a 19-point deficit, chasing a lot of points right now. Lee trying to make a hustle play, poking it out of bounds. Banks down low. Kick out. Hatcher, deep three. Off the mark, his first miss. Maybe a heat check there. Derek Lee runs it 3-on-2. Howard never had the chance to pull it as Hatcher laid down and took the charge.
You can tell he's getting frustrated. A 44% three-point shooter. He just hasn't had the opportunity to knock it down.
Averaging a little over 7 points per game on the season. He's been held scoreless tonight and without a three-point attempt.
He was their leading scorer last Tuesday. Scored 17 points in the win against Detroit Renaissance.
River Rouge, but.
River Rouge, my bad.
Sonny Wilson hits the little celebration there at the end. You're too small. And Uchenna Amin. Kick out. Howard finally gets the chance to take his first three. And he is fouled in the corner, so instead of a three-point shot, he will get 3 shots from the line. And he converts from the line at a 63% clip this season. Wonder how long Coach Sanawi will leave his starters out there with a big game looming on Thursday. In-state rival Brother Rice comes to town. Howard converting on the first two for his first points of the night. And he drills all three. Guy who spends hours shooting every day to perfect his game. The deficit is 18, 67, 49 Cubs. still leading in this fourth quarter. Blyden feeding McCoy down low. U of D. It's just been unstoppable. Catholic Central, no answer for U of D's offense, which has been mostly down low and offensive rebounding to force second chances. Devin Lee will try a three. That's off the mark. Banks pulled down the rebound, but stays with the Shamrocks, who are in the bonus. Ross driving in on Banks. Kick out to the corner. Derek Lee up and a block. Would have been Johnson's third had it been clean. Instead, Derek Lee will get 2 from the line.
Johnson's just been so good on the defensive end today, just really disrupting everything Catholic Central's been trying to do, both in the backcourt with his how he's guarded the guards, and then near the basket as well, blocking shots.
Leroy Blyden really has no one matched up against him that can control his pace. He's been up and down the floor all game long. Sonny driving in one-on-one. Kick out. McCoy from the corner. That's long. Ross with the rebound. Uchenna going the other way. Howard feeding Ross in the paint. Uchenna with the spin. Back into Ross. Up off 2 with the easy lay-in for Josh Ross. Up to 12 points tonight for the senior.
He's really hustled on both ends of the court, especially with his offensive rebounding, especially in that first half, really helping Catholic Central stay in it early in them second chance points.
Amin trying to poke the ball away from Blyden, and instead he'll get called for his 4th foul. Catholic Central just running out of time, trying to expedite that process, trying to get steals early. Uchenna will stay in the game with 4 fouls. Blyden kicking to the corner. Leonard McCoy's 3 in and out, and that's Leroy Blyden. Barely 5'10", but he gets the offensive rebound and puts it in. Amin thought about the triple. Uchenna pushing off the defender. Great job of blocking out, and Xavier Johnson is home for the one-handed slam. He goes off a little too fast. Can't control it. And Josh Ross gets the shot to fall. The call is going to go on the floor, so Ross will get 1 and 1. Checking in for the Shamrocks, Josh Rude, with 3:21 to play in the final frame. Catholic Central has really struggled since that second quarter to close this gap. 71-53, U of D leads Catholic Central. Ross can't get the free throw to fall. Timeout called by Pat Donnelly. Could be the last timeout we see. And it could be the last we see of some of the starters, with U of D leading 71-53. McCoy inbounding for the Cubs. Cross-court pass to McCoy in the corner. And now U of D. Wilson, mid-range game is where he thrives, and he hits from the elbow. Back out to a 20-point lead. Uchenna in the paint, uses the right hand and smooth. Glides it right off the glass and in for 2. And now we'll see U of D try and kill the rest of this clock, just move the ball around. Wilson driving in the paint. Tough shot, can't get it to fall. Derek Lee, the last to touch it. And so U of D will get the win and move to 8-1 on the season and 1-1 in Catholic League play. And Catholic Central drops the first of 8 Catholic League games. They move to 5-4 total on the season. Catholic Central will take on Brother Rice at home on Thursday at 7 p.m. That game will also be live streamed. Be sure to tune in for that one. Should be a better matchup than what today's was. Uchenna going the other way. Takes a 3, it's long. Offensive rebounds have been hard to come by for Catholic Central. And instead, Coach Sanawi will take a timeout, 1:57 to play. Cubs still leading, 73-55. So Catholic Central will empty their bench here at the timeout. Going to see Aaron Rybicki, Swardini, and Rude, who have been in the game. Josh McKee, who's been in the game. And the 6'10" center, the fan favorite, Joey Nasco, checking in. We were here 2 years ago when he was a sophomore, and he put up 30 points in a JV game against St. Mary's. Thought maybe you'd get pop. Nasco in the paint. Up and off the glass and in for Nasco. Linus Goldman bringing it up for the Cubs, who still have their starters in. Sonny Wilson, very confident ball handler. Feeding, paint taken away by Rybicki. Here comes Rude the other way. Swardini playing in his second game of the day, guarded by Hatcher. Swardini tries to feed the bounce pass in the corner, has it taken away by Linus Goman. And Leonard McCoy, a little too hard off the hands. And now the Cubs will empty their bench. Kamdiri Nwambi, Justin Freeman, David Herron, Charles Curo, and Jaden Garwood checking in for the Cubs for the final minute. There's Josh Rude feeding Nasco. Has it knocked out of bounds by Nwamba. And now Bobby Crane checking in for Nwamba. 73-57. Nasco gets the ball back in the paint. And when you can almost see the rim at eye level, it's pretty easy to put it in from a foot away. Nasco with a 4-0 run of his own. And you're going to get a travel call here at the top of the key. Lucas, if we had to give any player the Player of the Game award here tonight, there's a pretty obvious choice here.
Yeah,
from the Cubs.
It's got to be Xavier Banks, just how he's hustled both sides of the court. He's really played good defense and rebounding on that side, but on the offensive end, just what he's done in the paint, just consistent presence, scoring and rebounding, giving his team second, third, fourth shots. Seen a lot of that tonight, and the Shamrocks just really haven't had an answer for him on the boards.
I definitely have to agree. Banks, 8 of 13 on the night from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line for a total of 20 points. had in 10 rebounds, 12 rebounds. Actually not the leading scorer anymore, as Sonny Wilson has completely taken over. Like you said, I mean, he scored in bunches, and he had 8 in that second quarter, and he had 8 in this fourth quarter. It really helps when you have consistent players down the stretch. Both free throws good for Swardini. Catholic Central sees the lead shrink all the way down to 12. It's going to be just a little bit too late here for the Shamrocks.
Looks like
but they did put up 60 points.
Gonna say that.
That's going to be their first loss this year when scoring 60 in a game. Just because I mentioned it. Eye off the glass. That's going to be over and back as Freeman established possession in the front court. And so 12 seconds left to play here. Shamrocks be able to get one final shot if they so choose. High screen from Nasco. Swardini trying to feed it. It's not there. And Freeman will dribble the rest of this one out. The Catholic League opener ends with a Cubs win. Sonny Wilson, Xavier Banks take down Uchenna Amin, TJ Nadu, and the Shamrocks by a final score of 73-61. We want to thank you all for joining us here from Bernie Holowicki Court, home of Catholic Central, and the DCC Shamrock media team signing off. This is Josh Rothert.
I'm Lucas Drake.
And we will see you on Thursday for a Catholic League battle between Brother Rice